Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the fifth group. I'm Hira Sofwani Zalat and I'm Afifata Zara.
I am Oni Ayu Anggraini.
I am Ciana Ramapatiza.
I am Reskia Erli Arsita.
We will present our presentation about syllabus, stress, intonation, and cluster.
Hello, I'm Hila. I'm from the fifth group. I would like to explain the definition of syllables. In the material video tutorial, syllables, cluster, intonation, and stress. So, what is the definition of syllables? Syllables is a unispoken language that consists of vowel sounds which may be accompanied by consonant. It is a single unbroken sound of spoken word. For example, the word cat has one syllable, while the word banana has three syllables. Banana. And the structure of syllables is vital in shaping pronunciation, rhythm, and the overall of language. In linguistic terms, a syllable typically consists of three primary components. The one is onset, the sounds that appear before the vowels. The second is coda, consists of any consonant sound that follow by the nucleus. And the third is nucleus, is the vowel sounds itself. A syllable has one vowel sounds and one or more consonant sounds. Okay, the next is type of syllables. There are 6 primary types of syllables in English, but I just would like to explain the 3 types. The first is closed syllables. These end with a consonant and contain assert vowel sounds. Example: cat, it has one syllable, and dog, it also has one syllable. The second is open syllables. These end with a vowel and typically long vowel sounds. Example: he, go. The third is vowel team syllables. These contain 2 vowels that together make one sound. Example: team, thought. For the more example, like tomorrow has 3 syllables, tomorrow, and university has 5 syllables, university, and watermelon has 4 syllables, watermelon.
Type of syllables. Number 4, vowel consonant A syllable. These have a vowel followed by a consonant and then an A which makes the vowel long. For example, cake, time. Number 5 are controlled syllables. These contain a vowel followed by an R which alters the vowel sound. For example, car, her. Number 6 consonant lay syllable. This ends with a consonant followed by a lay where the A is silent. For example, table, candle. English cluster. An English cluster typically refers to a group of consonants that appear together in a word without any intervening vowel. In English, consonant cluster can consist of various sounds, typically involving 2 or 3 consonants. Here are 10 common types. Number 1, 2 consonant cluster. Initial PR in plate, ST in star. Final NT in hand, MP in jump. Number 2, 3 consonant cluster. Initial STR in street, SPR in place. Final R as T in force and BT in limb.
English stress have five, and number one is word stress or pressure on the word. It is emphasis on a given syllable in a word. Not all syllables in the word get the same pressure. There are two main types in the words, and number one is primary stress or K pressure is the most stressed syllables in the word, usually sound stronger, longer, and higher the tone. For the example is photograph. Pressure on first syllables, and number two is secondary stress or second pressure is a lighter emphasis the main pressure. The syllables typically sound a bit more pronounced than other syllables but aren't as strong as a K pressure. For the example is photographic. Utmost pressure on the second word and the second pressure on first syllable. And number two is sentence stress or pressure on sentence. It is emphasis on certain words in a sentence. Important or keyword usually get more pressure. There are two main types in stress. First is content words or content word, meaningful word in sentence such as noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. For the example, I saw a beautiful bird. Word bird is more emphasis because it's a word of consent. And the last is function word or is word was function is more supportive such as article A and D. The preposition is in and at, and the conjunction is and but. This word usually don't get preserved. For the example is I saw a beautiful bird. Word is emphasis because it is a form.
Number 3. Emphatic stress. Emphatic pressure. It is this emphasis given to certain words in a sentence to emphasize meaning or express emotion. Example, I did tell you. Emphasizes that someone actually does the act. Number 4. Contrastive stress or contrast pressure. It is used to indicate a contrast or distinction between two elements in a sentence. Example, I want a blue t-shirt, not a red. Word blue and red pressed to show the difference between the two. Number 5. New stress information. New information pressure. When new information is introduced in a conversation, it is usually pressure. Example, who broke the vase? John broke the vase. Word John emphasizes because it is a new information introduced.
Okay, for the last we have intonation. Intonation is describe how the voice rise and falls in speech. Intonation have three main patterns. The three main patterns of intonation in English are number 1, falling intonation, number 2, rising intonation, and number 3, fall rise intonation. Number 1, falling intonation. Falling intonation describes how the voice falls on the final stretched syllable of a phrase or a group of words. A falling intonation is very common in word questions. For example, we have where's the nearest post office? of voice. We also use falling intonation when we say something definite or when we want to be very clear about something. For example, we have, okay, here's the magazine you want. Number two, we have rising intonation. Rising intonation describe how the voice rises at the end of a sentence. Rising intonation is common in yes or no questions. For example, we have, are you thirsty? Number three, we have full rise intonation. Full rise intonation describes how the voice falls and then rises. We use full rise intonation at the end of statements when we want to say that we are not sure or when we may have more to add. For example, we have, I don't support any football team at the moment. We use full rise intonation with questions, especially when we request information or invite somebody to do or to have something. The intonation pattern makes the question sound more polite. For example, we have, would you like another coffee?
And that's all about our presentation. And thank you guys.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.